I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Is that good? I love you, baby. Trust in me. How walked on is that? Frankie effin' Valley. So whopped out. I'm here with Tom, sharing a moment together. Here at Switchville, Pennsylvania. How you doing? I got my "How you doing" t-shirt on.
We're all there. We are live and
Hello. My name's Norman. Roosevelt. Aloysius. Nicodemus. Amadeus. Valentino. Giovanni. Romeo. Bruno. Raphael. Lucien. Luigi. Nardini. The wop at the bop. The guinea with the skinny. The Guido in the Speedo. The Greaser who's a lady pleaser. The last true man, the heart and soul, the undisputed, undefeated, uncrowned king of Pittsburgh rock and roll. Bring out the rest! And let me put them to the test. Let's see if they want to get in the ring with this little monkey. Because I'll start chewing on their ankles. I'll pick the fleas off. I'll eat them raw. That's the way we play, baby. Hey, Alone 15. Can you believe it? We started at the end of March. I love March. I love the spring and the autumn. These two, I don't even say the word fall anymore. It's always autumn because it's so much, the word is so better. Autumn. It's a great word. Hey, I won't get with you. I won't touch you up. I want to give you a smack right on your shit can. Bang! That's one. And I want to blow a couple loving kisses at you. And your whole damn fam. Tom's here today. Say hi, Tom.
hi, Tom.
He said it! He come down from Erie, up north. You know, these Erie people, they call us mup ears. That's what Edie used to tell me, the lady that owned the Thunderbird Motel up there. She said, well, you guys are just a bunch of mup ears. I says, mup ears? She says, yeah. All the people from Pittsburgh drive up and then they say, mup ear for fishing or mup ear for whatever. And so she called us mup ears. I thought that was so beautiful. And then she poured me a drink and offered me a Pall Mall. I like an old broad that isn't afraid to drink some Crown Royal and smoke a few filterless cigarettes, right? Edie was the bomb. She just passed on a couple years ago. And I knew her husband, Cal, and he was a ship captain. How great is that, right? A ship captain. And in Erie, you can do that kind of work. You can find that. I got another buddy that does that kind of work up there named Nate. I haven't seen him in a couple years. I'd like to get with him. I met him down at Excuses on the south side of Pittsfield, Pennsylvania. He used to hang down there. A very sociable cat. And they took to him on the south side. You know, the south side is and was a place for characters. You could be somebody down there and fight for your own existence and your own identity among other guys that were fighting for their own existence and own identities. And that's kind of what Jersey's like. If you've ever been to Jersey, Jersey is a state full of nutbags. It's one talking shit in Jersey is an art form. And when you meet a guy, you size him up. You look at him and you say, you shoot something at him. Shoot a line at him, something like, you know, even a stupid, how you doing? and then you watch him work, and then you evaluate his level of bullshitness. And some of the best bullshitters I've ever met in my life were just regular guys that you'd meet in a bar in Jersey. But when they started, their lips a moving, you could just feel the poetry and the insanity and the respect and love for life and the uniqueness of it all. I think of a few of them. And the nutbags. There used to be a guy in Jersey, we called him the Spinner. He used to hang at Cheers, which was our bar, where we lived and where we loved. Really, we loved playing there. And the Spinner would come in. He was this character, and he was like a compulsive guy. So everything he did, he'd have to do it all the time. When he would come into the bar, he'd have to come in, walk in the door, and then he'd spin like 2 times. And then he'd walk over to the bar, and then he'd go past the phone booth, and he'd like open the phone booth. Or I can't remember the whole thing of his ritual. But, and we used to idolize this guy. And when he would leave and he would get into his car, he'd walk out to his car, and then he'd walk around the car twice. And then he would get in front of the door, and then he'd turn around twice. And then he'd get in the car. And then before he'd get in the car, he'd just look around to see if anybody was following him. And, I mean, his name was the Spinner. I think, I forget what his real name was. But he was something. He was quite a character. And everybody knew him. And everybody knew Racetrack Mike. And Racetrack Mike's buddy, Rip, who was another racetrack bum. And I don't know if you guys know this, but racetrack bums are the guys you want to hang out with. Because there's no one more street smart, no one more savvy than a racetrack bum. And you know what? I just now decided I'm going to learn the song I wrote for Racetrack Mike. It's called One Car Funeral. Because that's what he used to say to people. He used to say, you're a nickel rocket pimp. You're a stone jag. You're a one-car funeral over there. And when he said it, it didn't really hit me. But like a couple weeks later, we're driving in a truck, and I went, one-car funeral. In other words, you take the casket, and you put it in the hearse, and there you have it. That's the funeral. There's no one following behind. There's no friends. It's a one-car funeral. And that's what the name of the song is I wrote for Mike. And this was a character that he had a voice like a Shakespearean actor. Hello, Norman. Nice to see you. How's Shit City? I told him I'm from Pittsburgh. He goes, Pittsburgh, Shit City. He'd always be smoking a cigarette and making a show of that. You know, a cigarette is a great prop. I wish I could still smoke. I had to quit. But, you know, like when you have a cigarette, you have a friend. You have a prop. You have, you know, you wave it around the room. You cast some stinking smoke into the air. You're somebody when you have a cigarette. And he'd always have a beer. Racetrack Mike. He was fantastic. And he would always tell stories. None of the stories were appropriate whatsoever. But he was an idol of mine. Hey, we're glad to be here with you. It's Alone 15. My name's Norman. My friend Tom is here. Maybe we should kick you off with a little bit of our theme song. Little thing we come up with just a few minutes ago. That means a month or two, couple months. Little thing called It Ain't a Party Till You Get Here. And when I say you, I mean you. Anybody out there that took a notion to tune in with us tonight, or anyone that takes a notion once they find us up on YouTube or find us normannardini.com. If you find on Tom's page, if you look for us after the instant moment of these live shows, we really appreciate it and we thank you. It ain't a party till you get here, and once you get here, I'm breaking out my bag and I'm going to drop it on the table. And anybody wants to roll whatever they want to roll, well, y'all do that. Joints jumping, pimps and hoes, but there's something missing till you show. It ain't a party till you get here. When you arrive, everybody get turned up. The joint come alive. You make my blues disappear. It ain't a party till you get here. Lights are low, bands playing, dressed to kill, people swaying. It ain't a party till you get here. When you arrive, everybody get turned up. The joint come alive. You make my blues disappear. It ain't a party till you get here. It ain't a party till you get here. Hey. Ooh. How you doing? Well, spilling out into the parking lot. Inside the joint, it's too damn hot. But it ain't a party till you get here. When you arrive, everybody get turned up. The joint come alive. You make my blues disappear. It ain't a party till you get here. I hope I made myself perfectly clear. It ain't a party till you get here. When you get here, yeah. It ain't a party till you get here, baby. You walk around the room for other minutes, spells doom and